What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Uncommon Bills, and we are back with another video. First, Dodge Charger EV already in salvage. Let's get into the video.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter
So before we get into the video, guys, there's a comment I want to post that basically somebody commented on the Dodge Charger EV. Okay, so I love these type of discussions because we can actually talk about it. Like I said, it's free game. However, to kind of back up one of my videos on me stating how or why the Dodge Charger EVs were kind of selling units or trying to push in these units. And it does vary by state, guys. It really does. But to have the proof in the pudding and the Dodge Charger EVs and, current market value, MSRP, whatever you want to call it, and then these discounts that these cars are basically going for. And like I said, it does vary by state. And if you look, look at the price differences on these 2024s, 2025 Dodge Chargers, Daytona EVs, the electric muscle car, or the E muscle car. This is part of the reason as to why they're selling, because they know that these cars are not moving. They're not moving at all. So when we talk about pushing units, moving units, look at these price cuts. They are being aggressively slashed on a brand new car that nobody asked for. Nobody asked for at all. And I'll be honest with you, if somebody is buying a new electric e-muscle car at MSRP, and then you see these prices here that are almost 50% off, 40% off. I mean, half off just about. I mean, it's almost like they're getting scammed out of money. You can't have somebody buy a car at MSRP. I mean, I guess it's their choice, right? It is their choice. However, looking at what these current prices are here in Georgia, and it does vary by state. I don't know where everybody is. I don't know where you reside at. However, that's crazy. That is a scam in its own. Or somebody being taken advantage of, straight up. And it's crazy. But I mean, y'all let me know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. However, I don't feel like I am. But it is sad. I'm not paying MSRP. This is why, and I've said it before in my other videos, you have to do your research when you are going to go buy a car. It's just that simple. Now, if you're one of those people where you see a car, it's like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get it right now. You got to do your research, because some of these cars are price cut way down. And you can get that same car that you see somewhere else, get it shipped to your house. I mean, why not? I've done it several times in the past. So I can't even tell you when's the last time I even stepped foot in a dealer other than getting the SRT8. But before then, I had my car shipped. I shopped online. But it's crazy. It's real sad. MSRP, these markups, and we're not even going to talk about the tariffs. That's going to add another $5,000 to $15,000, almost $20,000 markup on on wherever these cars are coming from. Honestly. And y'all think y'all say it's bad now. Look what's going to happen once these things, once them tariffs really hit. It's getting bad. Stellantis is getting bad. Dodge is getting bad. Chrysler, Ram. It's getting bad. But I kind of wanted to show you guys that. And basically, that's where I'm getting some of my information from, guys. It's plain and simple. It's out there online. It's on the internet. That's where I get a lot of my stuff, or I do some digging myself. I don't pull this stuff, out of my butt and just like, oh, I'm gonna say this and put it here. I see a lot of channels where people do stuff like that, and it's like, well, where are the resources to back that up? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But but I wanted to really talk about the first EV Dodge Charger that is basically I don't think it's on auction or anything like that, but it's the first wrecked or first crashed Dodge Charger EV. Now, before anybody says anything or anything like that, I did do a little bit of research. Not a lot, not a whole lot, but apparently somewhat not the driver's fault. So apparently the car has somewhat of a acceleration issue, meaning let's just say you're putting your foot on the gas or whatever, and you take your foot off the gas, and yet the car is still wanting to move forward and accelerate. And by the time there's a reaction, you done probably hit something. So obviously, when we want to talk about a brand new car, we'll say a brand new model, right? We all know when there's a brand new vehicle or a brand new model that is first brought to fruition, the first generation is sold. I wouldn't be a person to buy the first generation, especially if it's an electric car and we're going into the electric era. I would wait maybe a couple years after they've worked out the kinks and figured out, some issues, the recalls and all that kind of stuff before I decide to basically buy one. Because all in all, this could have gotten seriously dangerous, guys. It really could have gotten seriously dangerous. Just think, what if, we'll just say if your wife or your daughter, your son, I don't know, friend or whatever was taking your car out and you had the electric Dodge Charger EV, and later on you find out they crashed, but it wasn't their fault. Obviously, there's a faulty with the acceleration. Maybe not on all of them. Who's to say? I don't know. However, it's crazy to see that there is a brand new Dodge Charger EV and there's already a crash. So obviously, at some point, there's probably going to be a recall. I don't know per se. I think they probably have to have enough, I guess, incidents to where that basically happens. But honestly, it shouldn't take but one to be like, yo, like we need to go ahead and kind of retract and figure out what the issue is before somebody could seriously get hurt. And then you're talking about lawsuits and suing and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think Stellantis will be able to, withstand too many lawsuits. And the reason why I say that is because of all the the share profit volume that the company has basically lost in sales, not being able to move units. These price hikes in their vehicles and nobody's basically buying them. So I'm not going to say it's a dangerous car. I mean, I'm not going to knock it either. I'm not going to hate on it. I'm not an EV fan. However, it's definitely concerning when you see something like that. And it just kind of like baffles me. It's like, wow, because somebody could have seriously got hurt. Granted, the damage doesn't look too bad, but still, it could have gone a completely different route. And good thing that the person who was behind the wheel or whoever was in that car is definitely, okay, for the most part. But again, like if a new car was coming out and, that's with any automaker, any new car that drops. I know they do their tests and all that kind of stuff. And there's always going to be, a few bad apples or whatever you want to say. Or you're going to have your lemons and all that kind of stuff. But this could seriously be a huge issue if they don't correct it. And I didn't do too much research behind it, but I will definitely put a link in the description so you guys can go and you guys can actually read the article. I didn't spend too much time reading it or anything like that. I just thought it was interesting. and it came across my news in my phone, so I kind of want to share that with you guys. But but anyway, guys. But again, like I said earlier, there's no way that somebody should be paying MSRP when these cars, and it does vary by state, but these cars are basically being slashed. These prices are being slashed. They're trying to move these cars. The proof is in the pudding. But if you're the type of person to pay MSRP for something that is overpriced when you can get it somewhere else, or if somebody else got it $40,000 or $30,000 cheaper than you did, oh, I would be pissed. I know you would, because I'd be pissed. But y'all let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell so that way you know when I post another video, when I drop one. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Leave a comment and we'll talk. Peace.